Okay, my sprinkler pump has lost prime. I just tried to reprime it. I hooked up a hose to that valve and put water in, and it still won't prime. So I have to go down to the lake where this is feeding from and see if I can find out. Okay, going out to the lake. This is where the sprinkler system feeds from. And I believe that one is my neighbor's. I believe this one that's going straight out here is mine. And it looks like something may have broken out there. I can't tell. I'm going to have to cut my pipe and try and find out what the situation is. All right, this one I believe goes to my one neighbor in the corner, my other neighbor next to my house, and then that one is the house right over there. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the pipe and pull it up and see what we can find out. Okay, so this has a check valve here that has it screwed in. All right, I'm gonna try to unscrew that. Actually, I won't be able to turn it even though it has a screwed in because it's too long. I'm going to go ahead and cut it, pull it out, cap this in with a plastic bag, and I'll buy a new check valve, and I'll just have to unscrew this one and put a new one on. So the water's down in my lake right now because there's storms out there, so they lower the water. So it's making it easier for me to do this now. Okay. Now let's pull it out. See what we got. Broke off the float. And it wasn't holding it up. I think it was just down in the sludge. This still looks pretty good. I'm going to take it out, hose it down, and see if I can find anything that's wrong. I'm going to take off the check valve. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, when I pulled it off, the check valve seemed to be okay, but being I have it off, I'm going to replace it. The pipe going out to the lake was good, but my filter, being the float had broken, all of this had gotten, you can't see it, I've already cleaned it out with the hose, but the filter, everything had gotten clogged, okay, from sitting at the bottom of the lake. So this piece is still good, it's not cracked, so I'm just blowing out all the air lines, the air spaces with water or air, whatever you have. I used my hose, it worked very good. I don't know if you anyway, I got most of it out. I think it's in real good shape. I'll probably hose it off one more time, but I'm going to reuse this. This part's work is going to be fine. All right, so I need to go buy a check valve and some PVC to make a float. And, well, let me head off to the box store. I'll be right back. Okay, the water's coming back up. I went to the store. I bought a new check valve. Okay, now you're going to see an arrow on it that shows you the flow. So the flow is going this way. I want it to go up to my pump. I want to start to get this done before I have any issues with the weather at this point. Okay. Don't forget to put your tape on your threaded areas. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to put a little bit of more pipe on because I want it to go out a little further, and then I'm going to put a 45 on so it goes that way, not in the way of all these pieces here. Alright, so we want to prime everything. Going to prime this. I'm not going to put it on until after I get everything tight. I like this blue stuff. It works really great for this type of work. I coat the inside of the one, coat the outside of the other. Put it in and turn it. Okay, that little bit of a turn makes a big difference. Okay, now I need to get down in there and tape this thread tape and get this put on. This end we don't want to leak at all. The other one has a little bit of leak. It's not going to hurt anything. But here, flow is going that way up to the pump. Okay. All right. What's there? Okay, that's the size of the old one. It only has 1 foot ends. I'm putting 2 foot ends on it. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna make it float. I cut the pieces at 2 foot lengths. I have that 4-way. It's not a Schedule 40 but I'm going to use it anyway. It should be fine. And the caps. All right, now I'm just going to glue them like I did with the primer first, then all the glue. Okay, now I've got everything primed. Let the primer dry. Then I'm going to glue it all together and show you the float. Okay, now that's my float. Twice as big as it was before. So I'm hoping it lasts twice as long. We'll see what happens. All right, now let's go back down to the lake, get everything tied in, and see how it works. Okay, as you can see, the float we made is way bigger than the float I had. Okay. And this filter was good. It was full of stuff. I hosed it out. I poured a little muriatic acid in there, washed out all these vents, and saved it. It's not broken, so I'm going to reuse it. All right. Okay, I primed the two ends. Well, that looks good. It's staying up nice and high. All right. Okay, you can see how my float is there, holding it nice and high. It's not down in the weeds. I think this is going to work out good. All right, let's go to the pump, prime the pump, and see if we get this thing to work. I installed one of these hose bibs on my sprinkler pump so that if I needed to prime it, it'd be easy. But you need one of these. It's a double female end, and you just screw it onto there and then screw your hose onto here and then turn it on and open that valve, and it'll start flooding all the pipes with water. All right, let me get to it. Now, I've connected that piece and the hose, and I've turned the hose on. Now I'm gonna open this valve, and now it's filling up the pipes with water. I'm gonna give it some time, let it fill up these pipes, and then I'll turn on the sprinkler and see if everything gets primed and it's pulling from the lake. Okay, now let's turn on the pump. Give me a thumbs up. Hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.